good Derby winner can sprint and stay a mile and a half. You're asking, therefore, for a very special type of animal. So said Peter Burrell, then chairman of the National Stud. Pour Moi, brilliant winner of the 2011 Derby, is that special type of animal.
Tremendous looking horse, classy, slightly old-fashioned in a good way in appearance, very well balanced, good walker. Thought he looked outstanding before the Derby.
This handsome son of Monsieur showed a small indication of what was to come with a convincing display on his first visit to Longchamp at the back end of his 2-year-old career. However, it was his mesmerising display in the 10-furlong Group 2 Prix Grefful which really made people sit up and take notice. Held up in rear and pulled the straight, Pour Moi unleashed his now trademark turn of foot to win comfortably.
There weren't many horses that had shown they could quicken, as he had done when he won the Grefful, which was a strange route for some Derby horses to take, but it's one that hadn't been used for a number of years. But Andre Fabre then was convinced he had a very, very good colt on his hands, and when you hear Andre say things like that, you sit up and take notice, because he is the master.
22-time champion trainer Andre Fabre had only one notable omission on his otherwise glittering CV, but in Pour Moi he was confident that he had the horse to give him that elusive Derby.
He has the ability to win a Derby, and there's no doubt he has the confirmation, the pedigree and the necessary class. The last time he ran in left-hand course in St. Cloud, they went a good pace and he showed his true ability, so that makes me quite confident.
And a spin around Epsom at the Breakfast with the Stars only served to heighten that confidence. Come race day, Fabre's confidence remained undaunted.
Well, Monsieur Andre Fabre has been champion trainer in France 22 times. He has a real contender in the Derby, Pour Moi, a horse you told me a couple of weeks ago you actually love.
Yes, I mean, he's a beautiful looking horse, you know, and he has a personality which I really enjoy.
And having seen all of the other contenders in the paddock here, do you feel, looking at them, that you have a real chance of winning this?
Well, it's obviously a nice bunch of horses, and the favourite was great, you know, but I have some confidence in him.
And what is it about him you think that makes him so special?
His acceleration, you know, he has an unbelievable change of gear.
He does. Very good luck to you. Thank you very much for pausing to talk to us. And we saw that acceleration when Pour Moi won the Prix Grefful, his race in France, his prep race for this. Absolutely went whoosh, so watch out for him late on.
Despite breaking quickly, Pour Moi was immediately taken back and settled at the rear of the field.
And out the back still Pour Moi, and must be the best part of 12-15 lengths from the leader.
Coming around Tattenham Corner, he was still plumb last. And then he unleashed that electric turn of foot.
Treasure Beach in front with 100 yards to go. Treasure Beach in front, Carlton House trying hard. Pour Moi is swooping. Treasure Beach just holding on. Grabbed by Pour Moi. Pour Moi's got up to win it. Let's wait for it. He's swooping late. He's very wide. He's celebrating before the line. Look at him. Arms extended in the saddle. He's only won it by a half head. It could easily have cost him the race, but he's got there, this exuberant young man. He's got up to beat Treasure Beach. Carlton House is third.
Carlton House has run his heart out. He got carried very wide at Tattenham Corner. He got left at the start, but he's been given every chance. He has been beaten by an extraordinary horse with a turn of foot and acceleration that you just do not find in ordinary racehorses. What Pour Moi has done today is exceptional.
Visually, it was absolutely stunning. I think the overhead cameras show how top-class horses accelerate. Bear in mind that the other horse in front of him were accelerating as well, and he went past them, didn't he, as though they were standing still. And that overhead camera, yeah, it tells you many, many tales. But when they're used like that, and you want to build up a horse's reputation, stick an overhead camera above them and just see how good that horse was on Derby Day.
Sensational goes without saying. But how did the performance measure up on the clock?
The winning time, let's have a look. It is 2 minutes 34.54. Now, if you've been with us for the last 2 days, you see most of the times we've had have been slower than average. This is 0.76 seconds faster than average. That was a very fastly run Derby.
I think what's all the more noteworthy about it is that you felt that you were just scratching the surface with Pour Moi. He was a horse who was only just starting to blossom, to bloom, and that there was more there, which is why it was such a shame that we didn't see him thereafter.
Unfortunately, an overreach sustained in the lead-up to his Arc trial denied the racing public the opportunity of witnessing Paul Moir's brilliance again. But he now joins two other fine Epsom Derby winners from the Sadler's Wells sire line at Coolmore in Galileo and High Chaparral. Galileo had his own superstars aplenty this season, while High Chaparral is responsible for another in So You Think.
By Monsieur, who gets colts of rare brilliance. And if Paul Moir transcends the same genes, or passes the same genes on, I mean, you know, he could be just like Daddy. His younger sister Kiss made 900,000 for the Magna Coolmore Axis as a yearling, and she looks a hot prospect for 2012.
By Monsieur, from a family replete with classic winning milers, Paul Moir was bred to win a derby. And win a derby is exactly what he did.
Well, Paul Moir's win will of course provide the great iconic image of the derby for a decade or so to come, with Barcelona standing in his irons.
I think it's just probably one of the best I ever trained.
Instantaneous acceleration, and a horse obviously of courage as well, because he put his head down and stuck to it, combined with that athleticism which we just mentioned, makes him more or less the complete article.